of Aging Matters. It's a show that features individuals who talk about aging-related topics of interest to older adults and their families. I'm Cheryl Beversdorf, your host. Today, my guest is Marsha Banks-Harold, founder of PIES Fitness Yoga Studio in Alexandria, Virginia. PIES is an acronym, and it stands for Physical, Intellectual, Emotional, and Spiritual. Marsha is going to give us an overview of what yoga is and how it benefits our bodies. She's also going to talk about her signature class, which is called My Body Don't Bend That Way, which she developed specifically for older adults. Later in today's program, we'll watch Marsha and Mandy Whalen, one of Marsha's clients, perform yoga poses that help Mandy feel better and more relaxed. So thank you, Marsha, for joining me today, and we look forward to hearing a lot about yoga.
Thank you for having me.
All right, well, let's get started by getting some definitions. We
Sure.
want to talk about the difference between yoga and yoga therapy. I notice on your website you do both.
Yes, I do. Yoga therapy is a unique offering where a yoga therapist will do an intake process to determine how a client's feeling physically, intellectually, emotionally, and spiritually. And based on that information, a customized yoga session is developed for the clients.
Okay, and is that therapy or is that yoga?
That's the yoga therapy. In an actual yoga class, it actually deals with the healing aspects of clients as well. But generally, there's one sequence of postures that's set aside for clients.
All right.
That's not modified or adapted for the clients. Where in yoga therapy, you actually focus on a customized session.
Got it. So another phrase that you hear a lot about in terms of yoga is that it's a holistic practice with holistic results.
Yes.
Sounds very woo kind of thing.
Yes. And actually, it really comes down to the integration of the mind, body, and spirit,
All right.
making sure that we're balanced in all aspects of our life.
Okay, and is that kind of how, I'm just really curious in terms of how you came up with PIES, which I described in my introduction, talks about the four
Definitely.
aspects. Is that sort of what you were thinking about?
Definitely. I was an electrical engineer before I started PIES Fitness Yoga Studio, and I felt that I was a little bit imbalanced in my life, more intellectual versus making sure I felt well physically and emotionally and spiritually. So yoga taught me the importance of balancing my life in all of those aspects, and that's when I became a more reasonable person and also just being able to take care of myself for self-care.
And that really kind of encompasses holistic.
That's correct.
And then the holistic results follows.
That's
Would
correct.
you agree?
Yes, I would agree.
Okay, and then along those same lines, what does it mean to practice yoga mindfully? That sounds, again, also very spiritual and very unusual. I mean,
Yes.
but explain that to us.
Sure, yoga has a way of doing that, but the mindful concept is pretty straightforward.
Right.
Yoga encourages us to be present in the moment that we're in, not being concerned with what happened last week or what's going to happen in the future. And when we're present in the current moment, we're more effective and productive.
And it would seem to me that that's kind of what mindfulness is just to not be thinking about what the kids are doing or what groceries you have to buy. Is that what we're really talking about?
Yes, that's what I'm really talking about. It sounds really simple, but it's hard to do. We're also very busy.
Yes.
And so our lives sometimes take over. And so this concept to be reminded to be mindful really helps everyone.
Okay. Well, so obviously one of the things that really fascinated me about the kind of practice that you have is focusing on older adults. So I'd like to kind of hear, was there special training that you had to go through, or should yoga instructors have a particular kind of training to work with older adults? What would you tell us?
Definitely. Specialized training is really critical. The aging population requires that we're knowledgeable about health conditions and being able to modify and adapt postures based on those conditions that exist. So I had an additional 800 hours of training
Wow,
to
800.
ensure, yeah. So a normal general population yoga teacher has 200 hours of training. I did an additional 800 hours. Well, I did a lot more, but I did at least 800 hours in order to be prepared to accommodate the special needs and aging population clients.
And their needs in terms of physical and emotional and mental, all
Yes,
of the
all of
above?
the above, physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual, because they're all connected. They're not separable.
And then obviously it came to this class called My Body Don't Bend That Way. I mean,
Yes.
I think that's fascinating. That was what caught my eye when I was looking for an instructor to be on this show. So how did that come about? That's a wonderful title.
Thank you. Well, actually, I was teaching some of my very first clients and offering yoga poses that I thought that everyone would be able to have access to. And what I realized immediately that was not the case. So I had to create my own sequence of yoga poses so that everyone could feel included. And I created this class, My Body Don't Bend That Way. My first class I offered, and my clients actually said that my body don't bend that way.
That was what I was wondering, if they
Yes.
actually, there were people who said that to you.
Yes, my very two first clients, they expressed that, and they said, you should change the name of this class to this. So that's how we got it.
Well, and it obviously has stuck.
It has,
For that,
definitely, since 2010.
All right. And I guess we think a lot about yoga and your body not bending that way. So that said, is it a good idea if somebody decides that they do, an older adult, should they check with their primary care physician or internist before
I
starting
definitely recommend
yoga?
that, especially because we all have some health condition or medical condition that we may not know how it will be impacted through the yoga practice. So most of my clients will seek the input from their primary care physician.
And do they usually share that with you when
They do.
come?
That's another difference between a yoga teacher and a yoga therapist. As a yoga therapist, I have that information about each one of my clients, and I adapt based on what information they give me.
So they share some information about their health condition, particular something that you should be aware of.
Yes.
And when you teach your classes.
Yes, and then I customize a yoga class for them based on what they share with me.
Okay. Well, then, so I guess I'm curious to know is, can an older adult start yoga at any age? I mean, what are the ages of the people the older adults that you teach?
Yes, and you can start at any age. I have clients that started as young as 88.
Really?
But some of my clients start in their 70s. A lot of clients at my studio come right after retirement. So, late 50s to early 60s. So at the studio, we definitely have clients anywhere from, for the aging population, mid-50s till about 88.
So that was kind of my next question. So if there is kind of an age when probably they shouldn't be doing yoga anymore.
Well, no. I mean, there's a yoga teacher that teaches that's 100 years old. So yoga is a practice that you can continue as long as you're mindful about how your body is responding and how it feels, and you can modify and adjust how you actually do the physical practice. You can do it as long as you feel good about it.
Well, there you go. So we always think about older adults from 50 to 100, and
Yes.
anyone can apply, right? So, okay, well, so do you think that that yoga makes an older adult fit? And I guess going along with that, is it better for them to do yoga maybe than go work out at the gym?
Well, most of my clients do both, and I do also. So I go to the gym, and then I also do yoga as well. And that combination just allows us the opportunity to handle the wellness of our bodies from different perspectives. So I recommend both. And the fitness from the yoga perspective allows us to focus on the physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual pieces. And then when we go to the gym, whether it's water aerobics or running, we get the heart rate up a little bit more.
So anything, it goes, really.
Anything goes.
And the important thing is moving.
That's right.
Yeah.
Motion is lotion. That's what one of my clients tells me.
Very good. And what have you really seen in terms of the health benefits of?
Definitely. Increased mobility, increased flexibility, balance, and strength. Those are the main factors that my clients report about. And it just changes their daily lives. They're able to provide self-care in terms of like washing their backs, just basic practical things that they weren't able to do. One other client she needed a walker to come in, and now after several weeks of practice, she just kind of prances into the studio. So
Excellent.
Her mobility and balance has definitely increased.
And probably a mental attitude as
Mental as well. A lot of my clients report that they're happier about themselves and how they interact with others.
Excellent. Well, so now that you've got this class and you are ready to go, describe for us the kinds of yoga moves that you do. Is it moves?
Moves, poses, postures.
Okay.
Yes.
What do you prescribe and choose for older adults? What are the poses? And we're going to see some demos, but describe kind of what you have in mind and how you approach.
Well, most of the clients that come that are of the older population, they're looking to increase their stretching. So we start with a lot of stretching poses for the neck, for the full body actually, and then we also do balance poses. A lot of my clients report that as they age, that the chance of them falling increases. So we work a lot on increasing the ability to stay balanced in situations that may end up having you on the floor unintentionally.
And are they, well, I guess, as I said, we'll be seeing this, but is it mostly sitting, or is it standing, or is it all of the above?
It's all of the above. We usually start on the floor. Some of my clients are not comfortable being seated on the floor, so we have chairs available for them.
Okay.
And so we use and then we stand up after we do some stretching on the floor. We do balance poses, standing poses, and then we come back to the floor to relax, because that's the best part.
Yes, that's true of a lot of things in life.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think that it's time to actually see what this interaction between you and a client looks like. So let's watch Marsha work with Mandy Whalen in a practice session of a series of yoga poses that are especially useful and helpful for older adults. So let's watch.
Hi, I'm Marsha, here with Mandy, one of my yoga students, and we're here to demonstrate a couple yoga poses that will help us both relax. How are you feeling today, Mandy?
Pretty good.
Awesome. Thank you for joining me. I'm looking forward to our time to relax together. Gently plant your hands onto your knees. Breathe in with me. Exhale, lowering your right ear to your right shoulder, feeling the stretch in the left side of your neck. Inhale your head back through the center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder, feeling the stretch in the right side of the neck. Inhale back through the center one more time each side. Exhale, right ear to right shoulder. Inhale back through the center. Exhale, left ear to left shoulder. Inhale back through the center. And maybe create gentle circles, releasing any tension that may be residing in your body. Inhale back through the center, and let's change direction. Allow the head to move around peacefully, finding your way back through the center. Let's add a gentle twist. Plant your right hand onto your left knee and extend your left hand back behind you, looking over the left shoulder. Extend the left arm around the back, so left fingers are going to reach for the top of the right hip. Inhale back around towards the front. Plant the left hand onto the right knee. Extend the right arm back behind you, looking over the right shoulder. You have the option of extending your right arm around the back if that feels accessible for you. Inhale back around towards the front. Let's add a little bit of arm movement. Inhale, float your arms up towards the sky. Plant your right hand onto the right side of your mat and extend your left arm over the left ear. Inhale, float the right arm back up. Plant the left hand and extend the right arm over the right ear. One more time, please. Float the left arm up, plant the right palm, extend the left arm over the left ear. Inhale, back up. Plant the left hand, extend the right arm over the right ear, and gently lower the right hand down to the mat. Beautiful. Let's open our legs for a wide V stretch. This helps us increase our flexibility. Go ahead and let the toes dorsiflex in towards your knees. How does that feel? Awesome. Inhale, float your arms back up towards the sky. Turn towards the left, please. Exhale, fold over the left leg. If for some reason you're not reaching the bottom of your foot, you can use a yoga strap, which allows us to go a little further. Beautiful. Inhale, float your arms back up. Turn towards the right, please. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Very nice. Inhale, float the arms up towards the sky, palms face forward. Breathe in with me. Exhale, hinge through the center, allowing your forehead to come down towards the mat, maybe even lowering your elbows down. How does that feel, Mandy? Awesome. Inhale, reach up one more time, shall we? Twist towards the left. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Remember, you have the option of utilizing the strap to make the foot a little bit more accessible. Inhale, reach up. Turn towards the right, please. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Inhale, reach back up. Palms face forward. Exhale, hinge through the center. Allow the elbows to come down towards the floor. If that doesn't feel good, you don't have to do it. It's okay.
Towards the floor.
Towards the floor is the most important word. That's right, Mandy. Thank you for reminding me. Inhale, float the arms back up. Exhale, lower the hands down. We can do one more stretch here, Mandy. We'll do our bound angle pose. So if you don't mind bringing the soles of your feet together. Good. That looks awesome. How does that feel?
Stretchy.
Stretchy. Awesome. Hold on to the toes of the ankles. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward, allowing your nose to come down towards your toes. Remember that towards word. It's all an option. If it doesn't happen, that's why we have my body don't bend that way. Inhale, sit back up for me. We'll try it one more time. Awesome. Breathe in. Exhale, fold forward. Beautiful. Inhale, lift back up. Very nice. Let's extend the right leg out to the side. Let the sole of the left foot come to the inside of the left leg. Reach the arms up, turn towards the right. Exhale, fold over the right leg. Remember, we have this awesome strap again. If you need it, go ahead and lower your forehead down towards the right knee. That looks amazing. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, lower the hands, and let's go to the opposite side. So go ahead and extend the left leg out. Bring the sole of the right foot. You got it, Mandy. Just like in class. Inhale, float up. Exhale, fold on down. Beautiful. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, release. Well, here we are, one of our favorite poses, table pose. Spread your fingers wide. Your hips are going to stack directly over your knees. Inhale, look up towards the sky, lowering your core down towards the earth. On the exhale, round your back and lower your chin down towards your chest. Inhale, take the gaze up. Core reaches down. The hip bone reaches up towards the sky. On the exhale, round your back. Beautiful. That looks amazing. And meet me back in table, flat back. Let's press the toes into the mat, preparing for our first downward facing dog. So spread the fingers wide, press the toes into the mat, and on the exhale, press the hips up into the air, into downward facing dog. Take your gaze forward, bend your knees, and walk your feet up towards your hands, or your hands towards your feet, and roll up. Nice, we made it, huh? High five. Good job. Okay. So let's plant through the right foot or the left. Plant through the left foot. Bring the ball of the right foot to your mat. There you go, Mandy, you got it. Right heel to the inside. I'm gonna float both arms up. You can stay right there. And Mandy, that looks awesome. You can slide your foot up your standing leg. And we'll just stay here for 2 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Oh, nice. That's pretty impressive there. Let's go to the other side, please. Plant through the right foot. Come to the ball of the left foot. Let the left heel come to the inside of the right leg. You can leave your hands on your hips or extend them up and overhead. If balance is challenging for you today, you can stay like I am with the sole of your foot connected to the floor. If you're feeling more balanced, you can raise your left foot up as Mandy has here. So let's hang out here for 3 more breaths. 3, 2, 1. Exhale. Release. We'll do 1 more pose. Okay, extend. Yep, okay, there we go. Come on down. That's awesome. I know, silly me. Come on down.
You know how literal I am.
I know, something. It's time for our final relaxation pose. And so today, thank you for joining me. If you want to lay on your back, Mandy, I'm going to set up a nice little relaxing pose for us. And the final aspect of our session, relaxation. Two more seconds. Add movement to your fingers and your wrists, your toes and your ankles. Bringing your knees in towards your chest and slowly rolling to one side or the other, meeting me back in a seated position. Bring your hands together at heart center. Thank you so much for practicing yoga with me today. Namaste.
Namaste.
I hope you enjoyed watching Marsha and Mandy conduct a series of special yoga poses that are specifically suited for older adults. I'm sure you learned a lot and what to expect if you decide that you want to try yoga. So, Marsha, just a couple more questions. So, obviously we had to limit our session today, but explain how long is a yoga session and how many times a week do your older adult clients usually visit your studio?
Sure. So typically a yoga session is about 60 minutes long.
60 an hour?
60 an hour, yes,
An hour,
that's
okay.
correct. And sometimes we add an additional 15 minutes if a client is interested in relaxing a little bit more. We have a type of yoga called restorative yoga. So if we add 15 minutes, we add props, which we saw in the previous segment. And those props allow us to relax and just be present in lines with the mindfulness. We have some clients that don't want to do a full hour, so we have a very special class called the Diva Yoga class at my studio. In order for that class to happen, everyone comes in dressed pretty spiffy. Usually their clothes match their little yoga mat, and so everyone comes in. That age group is about 75 to 80, and those adults, they're there for 30 minutes. They connect with each other socially. A lot of them have lost mates, or they're going through knee replacements or hip replacements. So they talk about how they're feeling, what types of doctor's appointments they have, which is a cue to me as to how I'm going to modify the poses for them. And we have this check-in process. And so their class is 30 minutes. They drink water in between. They rest a little bit more. They check on each other. And so that's our express yoga class, 30 minutes.
And how often do they come? Once a week?
They
or?
generally come at least twice a week. So they come on Tuesdays, and then they return on Fridays, and sometimes 3 times a week.
Okay, and so once they get started, can they advance then? I mean, into more intermediate and advanced yoga? How does that work?
Most definitely. Some of the clients that have been with me for a while start in very basic yoga poses, for example, stretching or working on balance. And then one day they come in and they're like, I'm ready to try something new. And they can get into headstands, shoulder stands.
Really?
Yes, yoga, the age is not a factor. You can do whatever you want to as long as you're safe. And that's why I'm there.
I would wonder, though, would there be certain health conditions that may limit what your clients can do?
Most definitely. As a yoga therapist, we study the contraindications, which are the situations where we shouldn't offer someone a particular pose. So it's really important that the clients are safe and having fun at the same time.
Yeah, and has there ever been certain kinds of injuries that have occurred? I mean, how does that work? What happens if someone is injured?
Definitely. While we in the yoga community believe that yoga is very, very safe, of course, injuries can occur. And so the typical thing could be someone if they fall, but we use chairs in our yoga studio so that someone can hold on to a chair, they can rest against a wall, so that we minimize the opportunity for anyone to be injured in class. A lot of times there may be an existing condition that may not have been shared. And so that's why it's important to have that intake process where we talk through what injuries have you had in the past and what can we do to prevent or mitigate them during the session.
Do they have to sign any kind of contractual
Yes,
arrangement?
we have the legal waiver.
Yes, I was wondering about that.
And the beautiful part about the waiver is that it gives me the opportunity to speak with each of my clients so that I know their name, so that I can find out any medical history that they have, and then also to start customizing that yoga session for them as well. I work with clients that are cancer survivors, Parkinson's, clients that have limited mobility based on their replacements. So I really have to have a really good, strong foundation of the biomedical aspects of yoga.
All right, well, then the last question, of course, is how can viewers learn more about Pi's Fitness Yoga Studio?
We'd love to have you contact me. My email is piesfitness@aol.com, PIES fitness @aol.com. We have a beautiful website as well. It's piesfitnessyoga.com, piesfitnessyoga.com. Or if you'd like to chat with me personally, give me a call. My number is 703-887-9574.
All right, well, I want to thank Marsha Banks-Harold with Pi's Fitness Yoga Studio today, as well as Mandy Whalen for joining me in the demonstration, not joining me, but also joining Marsha. So this program is broadcast Sundays at 5:30 p.m. and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. on Comcast Channel 69 or Verizon Channel 38 in Arlington, Virginia, or you can stream live at those times on arlingtonmedia.org. You may be interested to know that Aging Matters is also on the radio. The program is broadcast every Tuesday at 2 p.m. on WERA-LP Arlington, 96.7 FM. And of course, you can listen to all of the Aging Matters radio programs by visiting mixcloud.com/Aging Matters. And finally, both radio and television Aging Matters programs are posted on our Facebook page, which of course is facebook.com/Aging Matters WERA. I really want to thank you for watching Aging Matters today. And until the next time, remember, age is just a number, not a label. I hope you'll join me next time on another Aging Matters program.